Good evening. I always say this is one of my most favorite events, because I always come here and you see friends, and it's a time to always to catch up with the people that are really doing the work out there. So welcome. As a result of the vision and leadership, like Herlinda mentioned, of Gene Lentzner, in 2000, the city's Human Dignity Program was officially established, and the Human Dignity Program is now in its 19th year. A lot of people don't know, a city has a Human Dignity Program? Isn't that great? That Long Beach is I think it's one of the only cities with a Human Dignity Program. But under that is the Human Relations Commission. And for me, it's a privilege and an honor to be the city's Human Dignity Program Coordinator. It's a title and a job that I take very seriously and with honor. One of my responsibilities is the privilege to staff the Human Relations Commission, which is one of the hardest working commissions in our city. The Human Relations Commission is made up of 13 community residents representing all the districts in our city. And they submit recommendations to City Council regarding policies and informed practices and programs to promote better relations among all people. Tonight, two of our commissioners will present the 2019 Human Dignity Award to two amazing individuals for their exemplary efforts at bringing awareness to the need of our homeless community, addressing social justice issues, and work to improve mutual understanding and respect of all who live, work, and play in our city, the city of Long Beach. Please join me in welcoming Commissioner Amy Erickson and Zoe Nicholson.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amy Erickson, and I proudly serve as the chair of the Human Relations Commission. I want to thank especially CCEJ for having us here each year and working with us and partnering with us throughout the year to think about justice in the city for all of our citizens. I think that's why I'm so honored to speak for Gio Ferraro tonight. Gio and I met a few years ago, and I saw a kindred spirit. I saw a person who wanted to do good for everyone, not just for herself. When starting a small business in this town, as many of us know, is a daunting experience, but she took it on and she relished in the movement of that program and what she was doing at Groundworks Fitness. I'm not going to talk a lot about all the things that are in your program, but I want to tell you that when she sees a problem, she goes right forward and fixes it. So that's what she really did when she said, okay, well, Groundworks is going good, but now we need to do more. So she started Keep LBC Fit. And many of us that do work in the homeless world of this town find that we have resource cards that we hand to everyone. Well, that doesn't always stick. They don't always keep those. That's not the first thing they want to put in their bag. But Gio went the step further and gave them the thing that they really needed, which is socks. Everybody needs socks. And she put the resource card on the bottom of the socks. So they could always find what they needed. They had the information that they needed, and the information was there for them whenever they needed it. And I think it's really important that we think about how we help everyone at all times, not just one person or one community. And I think that's really what CCEJ is about, and that's why I was honored to bring forward Gio Ferraro. I think one of my favorite books is Cider House Rules by John Irving. And Homer Wells is the lead character, and he says very clearly, I want to be of use. I don't think there's anybody better suited for that term but Gio Ferraro, so come on up here.
I'm going to hug you too.
I'm going to hug you in a minute when you're done.
Well, I'm not hugging you then.
I'm going to get you off the stage.
She basically said it, yes. And I appreciate these moments where there's recognition, but the more important thing to me is what I can say in the moment that I'm standing here and I have all these eyes looking at me. And this is what I'm going to say. The creation of helping those experiencing homelessness and the creation of the idea of handing out socks with resource information on them, I would love to say, that was just this amazing thing that happened, but the honest truth is my father died a homeless man. And so that's my trauma, right? 99.9% of the time, those experiencing homelessness get there through this journey of trying to survive trauma that they've experienced in their life. Mental health and drugs is over here. Trauma is where it began. I am someone who survived trauma in my life, doing better than what my father did, managing better, and doing things. And I was able to do it in what I hope is a positive way. But keep in mind, that's where it stemmed from. I still struggle with my own trauma, right? So the reality is, I just want to share that moment of how important it is that we recognize mental health and how we take away that stigma and how we start that early in life so that when trauma hits, folks out there know how to navigate through that better. And so when you see folks out there that may appear to be experiencing homelessness, I want you to understand what you see and what I see are possibly two different things. And I'm going to share with you what I see every time as my father. How would you treat that person? So that's where this comes from. And whatever you can take away from me sharing that story, I will share it over and over and over again so that we can change the way we look at mental health and get our young folks and our young adults able to manage it so that when life hits them, they can navigate through it better. But we need to start here, and that's what I want to push. Thank you.